Eze Patrick and my wife Murna Happiness Bala. Yeah, we are speaking from Abuja, Nigeria. By the grace of God, I'm a pastor and by profession, and also a businessman. I wasn't actually invited into Sante business.
Please, Eze, your face. We are not seeing it.
Oh, okay. Let me lift it up. Yes, I
All
was
right.
saying that I wasn't actually invited into Sante business. I can say that I stumbled into it. I stumbled into it on the Facebook. There was an advert on Facebook. So what happened is that my wife was having this varicose vein, and it had been there for years. She had been going through that pain since 2011. So expectedly, we've gone to hospital, we've done all the findings continue. The leg was swollen, the blood was not returning. At the ankles get dark. They become discolored, become very dark because of gathering of blood there. And then the doctor said the valves, maybe reduce the volume. The valves were not returning the blood with the speed it's needed. So that led to discolorations and so on. So I stumbled into this Sante product on Facebook. Somebody advertised it. There was a young man in Cameroon who was advertising it. He was giving his testimony how the product helped him. So after listening to it on Facebook, then I pressed on the link available there I saw. So that landed me in contact with my upline there, Laureline. So we got talking, and I told her why I'm interested, how I got to know the product and so on. So we were just thinking, okay, because then my wife were having pains. There were pains, too much of synthetic drugs, painkillers, has their own side effects. So we were looking for another solution that will be natural, that can take away both the pains and give us the comfort we need. Eventually, we said, let's give it a trial. So in giving it a trial, I decided to register the business pack. So the first products we got, we started taking them because we are made to understand you have to take it, know the product, have the testimony before you can talk to other people about it. So from there, we made other discoveries. In fact, last time there's this testimony that you don't even know. Maybe I will use this opportunity to also share it today. So as we were taking it, she was having her relief. The pains were going. She was having her relief. She can now sleep. Not just sleep. We're talking of sound sleep. When you sleep, you know you sleep. You wake up, you feel strength. You feel, yes, you woke up from sleep. So that was the case. I too started taking. And it happened to be that she used to have BP. And then the BP stabilized and normalized. In my case, I used to have, they said the doctor diagnosed me of high lipid profile. So I was taking it. That's excess fat in the system. I'm not too big, you can see. You can see I'm not too big. But then that was the diagnosis. So I've been on these products since then. What we discovered, part of the things we discovered besides the pains going away as it concerns the varicose vein, is that one, our BPs become normal. 2, we can sleep, we could sleep very well. 3, somebody like me, I wake up in the morning, especially if I'm very engaged, I wouldn't be talking of food. So if I take a sachet in the morning and leave the house, all I need to be taking is water. I wouldn't mind about energy because I will have enough energy to do all my runnings until I come back home. And when I leave house in the morning, I come back in the evening. So that's my life. That's my life. So when I started taking Sante Barley, there were a lot of improvements in health. In fact, I was telling my wife recently that my bar hair, you can see, look at it. You can see, it's now growing back. Look at it. Wow. Look at it here. Yes, this you are not aware of this. I've not told you this one. You can see it. It's growing back. Before, it was almost like aeroplane fuel.
Wow.
Now it's growing back. Really, in fact, recently I was very surprised. I didn't notice this. Now, in addition, I advertised Sante. I advertised Sante products on WhatsApp to my WhatsApp contacts and on Facebook. Then I got a call from a certain woman. Then I was in the office when she called. We discussed up to an hour or more. She was telling me her experience, her own personal experience, and the experience of her own sister, and the experience of her friend regarding Sante Barley juice. This very one. This one. This is the pack. Yes, this is the pack, and this is the sachet inside. Sante Barley juice. What was her story? She told me. She was encouraging me. She asked me where I was. I told her I was in Abuja. She was encouraging me. She said this was her experience. First of all, in her own case, she had goiter. And she was a government staff. So according to her, because of the goiter, she didn't know how to be covering her neck. But it was something of concern to her. What happened? A friend of her traveled to India. And in India, this friend of her who traveled to India had a daughter that was suffering from asthma. So in India, after treating that daughter of her friend, that's her friend who took her daughter to India, after the treatment, in India, they recommended Sante Barley for her. So she bought, was it a pack or 2, and came back to Nigeria with it. And then that's her daughter, though she was taking her English medicine, but she was taking it alongside with the Sante product. We know that asthma, real asthma, has not had cure for now from English medicine. But while she was taking this, along the line, a packet finished. Before the second packet could finish, her mother was able to get more for her. But her mother noticed that the English medicine she was taking, she has stopped. I'm talking of the girl now that had asthma, had stopped the English medicine. And then she was only taking Sante Barley. At a point, 7 pieces of the sachet of Sante Barley that was left, the lady kept it and stopped taking them. Her mother didn't discover that on time. But then, when she discovered, she called her attention. What's happening? You are not taking your product. She said to her mother that she's fine, that she no longer have her crisis, that nothing disturbed her, she breathes well, everything is fine, that she's okay. That was like, it's like surprising to the parents, because such story has not been told of, that somebody recovered completely from asthma, medically confirmed asthma. Anyway, while in church, the lady that called me met this woman because they attend the same church in Nigeria. So in the course of their discussion, the woman that traveled to India told the lady that called me that there was a product she bought, that product was of help to her own daughter regarding asthma. That she don't know, who knows if it could be of help to her goiter. However, she gave her 5 sachets and asked her to find a way of getting it. If she gets the money, if she cannot get it, she will get for her if she is ready to pay. To give it a trial, the woman that called me gave money and this other woman bought for her. She was taking it. What I really didn't bother to find out was the quantity. But from our discussion, a pack of Sante sachet juice contains only 30 sachets. But from our discussion, she was saying taking one in the morning, by her discussion, it lasted up to 2 weeks, which means she was taking probably 2 a day, because that's the only way a pack of Sante juice could have lasted up to 2 weeks. To her surprise, the goiter was coming out as mucus, was dissolving and coming out as mucus, like mucus, you know. And she was throwing it. She was throwing it. It was surprising to her. She called her husband, who traveled to Port Harcourt, and told her husband, this is what is happening. And from there, her own sister, who happened to have what you call it, fibroid, she told her sister that this is her experience, and this is how she got in contact with Sante Barley. So she gave her sister 2 sachets, two like this, just 1, 2, out of her own, and told her sister that you can try it, but then go and buy, because these 2 will not be enough. One don't really know, but her sister called her the next day, telling her that she took 1 sachet out of that 2, and the next day, her stomach size was reducing, and by the next evening, she had given, do I say giving birth, or that the fibroid has dropped? It was looking miraculous, because it was just 2 sachets. And so the sister who had fibroid had to give money to the elder sister to get more. This was the testimony from the woman who called me. I never met her. Till today, I've never met her. It was on phone. She called, and we spoke for more than 1 hour. She was telling me this story. Till now, I've not met her, and that was last year. She gave this testimony that this was their experience with Pure Barley. So on our own side, with our experience, which we have gotten, I became bold, not even based on their own story, because that is their own experience, but based on our own experience, we've been able to introduce Sante Barley products, this barley juice, to our friends, our neighbors, and people we know that are in need of it. And so far, we've actually not been disappointed. One, my wife has a friend. They are colleagues in their working place. So she came to our house and I introduced the juice to her. No, she's not a platform. Idoga.
Okay.
Her name is Idoga. So what happened? She used to take supplements. In her own case, she wanted to remain in shape. To her, she was getting out of size. And then she had BP, and she doesn't sleep well. So I introduced Pure Barley juice to her. She bought a pack of 30 sachets. In her case, she was taking one a day, just one sachet a day. I met her in her office because she has a business center. So I met her in the business center. She was telling me that, she says, do you know that since I started taking barley juice, my BP has been stable, I can sleep, and not just that I can sleep and sleep very well. It didn't stop there. She now showed me what she was wearing, as in the gown she was wearing. She said this gown had been relegated to the background in the past because she had overgrown it. She couldn't size her anymore. She can't zip it up from the back. But since she started taking that this Pure Barley juice, she has trimmed to size. Remember, she bought just one pack. And when we were discussing, she has not even finished the one pack. And she was taking just one sachet in a day. So by her discovery of the efficiency and the effectiveness of the product, she introduced it to her own elder sister. And then they came and bought 2 more packs. And that is how it has been. So far, we are not disappointed with Sante. Yes. We've not been disappointed with Sante. Our experience with Sante is very wonderful. Very, very wonderful.
Wow,
and we have been recommending Sante. The Abuja office receptionist will be able to testify to this because those we recommend goes there. And most of the time they come, they will tell the lady that they are from Patrick. They are from Patrick. They are from Patrick. And so she will always contact me and tell me, this is that. I say, yes, I recommend them and then direct them, put them through. So this has been our testimony to the glory of God.
This is mind-blowing, sir. Wow, it's wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Patrick.
Sante is very wonderful. Sante is very good.